Greetings, fellow captains. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 14, Beware of the Shy Guy. Question for you guys, and this is the input I take. What do you want me to do next? So if you want me to improve the crew quarters, vote for 2. It's not adding anymore because I have one. Well, I'm about to have one. But that's up to you. So now that we have the helium tank all fixed up, we can sell it. I improved the by 2,000. Not massive. But like, you know, it was mostly free money. Took me only a minute or 2. Alright, let's go get that chair and do the assessments as well. So we're headed to the Mescaform. Actually, we're going to head to the commercial district first to do the assessment, the value assessment, and then hit the Mescaform, buy a chair, install it, and then do assessment again, just to satisfy our curiosity about how it is improved. So, rate ship. And last time I did this, it was bugged. It gave me an A rating, but my ship is absolutely not repaired up to an A rating, so it was a big ol' lie. Yeah, it gave me an A rating again. So, A condition, 3 room specializations, which you can see here. We have a basic quarter, a bridge open, and an airlock. So it's now registering that we have a basic quarter, and we're trying to make that a luxe quarter. And then its maneuverability sucks because I don't have a lot of thrusters, and its size medium, which is not particularly large. Luna Max, Series Max, Titan Max, very large. And then if I wanted to sell it, it's worth $590,000. So it is now worth roughly the remainder of my mortgage, I think. And it looks like you guys want me to prepay. No. I have about $800K on it. It looks like you guys want me to prepay my mortgage. So I do want some spending cash, but I'll prepay a whole bunch, keeping like $30,000 for me. And that's going to reduce my, like, regular payments on the ship. So again, oh no, I don't want transponder. At some point, I might want to move my transponder. It's worth $590K, and then we'll install that chair and see if it makes much of a difference. Probably not. Probably just a little bit. All right, so you guys voted for me to prepay my mortgage off, so I'm going to go salvage for money. That's my goal, because that's how to make money here. Actually, there's 2 different ways to make money. What I could have done is asked if you wanted me to buy a derelict and flip it, but I don't have money for that now. So I'm going to save up money and then decide how to help pay down my mortgage, whether we just sell the parts or save up to flip a ship. That'll be up to you. Chair loose, send it to the party zone. Done. And this is where you would buy, because I saw you wondering, this is where you would buy the bunks. And then if I had more money, we could buy like a medical bed or something like that. Like an actual decent bed. I have like a bedroll. Which is not exactly a bed. The thing is, regular beds, if I find one on a ship for salvage, I'll like take it and install it in my ship. I'd like to not pay for things I don't have to pay for. I did search a whole bunch of ships for chairs, but the only ships that have chairs typically are like the passenger vessels, and I just haven't found passenger vessels very much. Scrap dealer does sometimes sell damaged furniture, true. I could have checked there first. Let's see if that was true this time. Everything is like new. They do have damaged reactors that we could fix up, but I don't like to play that way. Like, I want to find my own loot. No, they don't really have a lot. Only that one reactor part. Alright, where's my chair? Did it go? Oh, here it is. The Hydra's very rare. Yeah, the Hydra's really nice. Well, I don't know about very rare, but rare. What? Okay. I don't have a welding tool on me. Alright, let's go back to Com District and see if that is rated as a luxury quarter, because that was the goal. And if it isn't, I'll have to fix something. But the goal that you voted on last stream was I wanted a Lux quarter. So, I don't stop till I get that. And then we'll probably take a sleep, because my character is super tired. I could have put it under the bin. It ultimately doesn't matter. It's like, I'm not using the space, so makes very little difference. So it's worth about 2k more. It's already adjusted its value, and I didn't. The chair itself is worth like 200. So, yeah. A Devil Doc, thanks for like subbing for like half a year. Oh, holy moly! There we go. It's a luxury quarter. So all of that gain that I just got, that 2k, was because we went from the benefit of a regular quarter, a basic quarter, to a luxury quarter. So if this is too small to see, there's a value modifier, and the value modifier for a luxury quarter is higher. It's 2. And the value modifier for a basic quarter is 1.8. So everything in my quarters got valued like 20% higher or whatever as a result of being a Lux quarter. Which is why I put $200 worth of stuff in my ship and increased its value by 2,000. That's the way the rooms work. So we got our Lux quarter. How to make money. Salvage or flip ships. The thing with flip ships is you do need a lot of a capital investment to be able to buy the license for a ship to be able to flip it in the first place. But like, if that's what you guys want, that's cool. I'm just saying, yeah, it will require me to earn money first with regular salvage or something. Okay, now that we have my ships, I'm detaching from K-Leg's oxygen and, well, atmosphere network. I'm going to close the airlocks. Relying on my own ship's, you know, atmospherics. And then it is 7 in the morning. So, roster. Scheduled to sleep. Do I still have my suit? Yeah, I do. Alright, let's put that on. Get comfy. Oops. In my brand new luxury quarter. Gonna wait to actually fall asleep. I'm unconscious. And then we'll just sleep for 6 hours. Yes, I'm at K-Leg. I'm gonna wake up, have a snack, and then go back to sleep. I'm not, like, fully recovered, so more sleep for me. Where is my food? I think it's just on the floor of the ship. Oh, there's some Kung Pao here, I guess. I need better sleepwear? I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. Just, you know, I'm living on a dime. I ain't got the time. Wait till I'm actually unconscious before fast-forwarding time, because we ran into that bug or game mechanic, whatever, before. It is now 13:07. Move these sleep. There we go. And then fast forward time, and we'll be just, like, really well rested. I'm not too worried about, like, docking fees or anything. I did leave enough, like, pocket cash that we should be fine. Alright, I have some social needs right now. I feel like an outcast, and I'm sure I have, like, poor family needs and all that stuff. So we'll attend to that once I am pushed off and headed to the boneyard. And it looks like I'm going to make my money through sheer salvage. According to you guys. The other thing I wanted to do before I push off is, like, tidy up a bit. Because ship's low-key littered. And, I could do better than that. I'm using the other compart that I have just to stick stuff away. Now, I think there's a bug, don't quote me, that your tool batteries don't recharge like while you're sleeping, even though they're supposed to. Oh, also, I should be at work now. Because if I'm scheduled to sleep, I'm going to have, like, quote-unquote free time and do whatever I want, which is annoying. Okay, ground's mostly tidied up. I'm going to top up batteries, top up ox, top up nitrogen, and then push off. Oh, and then maybe take a little dump ski. Yep, nature calls. Although, you know, there's really not any nature in space, so what is it, like the void calls? The call of the void? I'm voiding my bowels, that's what it is. It's official. I've created yet another new term. What the hell's going on? Overdue. There we go. I was overdue on stuff, so I wasn't allowed to... I hadn't paid the docking fee, so I wasn't allowed to actually, do anything. You've been loving the series? Well, thank you. Yeah, there's actually a little bit more charge in that. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Whatever, I'm not gonna worry about it. At some point I'll have 2 of those batteries, it's not gonna be a problem. Did a NPC just drop a social interaction on the floor? Not that I see. I don't see anything like that, do you? Don't forget new ox tanks? Well, my spare has 83%, so I wasn't actually all that worried. Near the suit battery charger? This one? Or... this? Oh, yeah, there is a little chat thing up here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Defy. Insult. Fish for compliment. Defy, fish for compliment, insult, invite to drink. Man, I'm totally seeing things, aren't I? What I can do, I guess we're autosaving right now, is I'll try to do a load, but like, bugs be bugs. The game, what I will say is, as fun as this game is, there is very poorly optimized, and it certainly has its bugs. So it has its charm. The game is about as buggy as it is gritty. For whatever that's worth. And only recently were you able to load from within a game. Like, before, if I recall correctly, you had to, like, go back to menu first, too. Am I considering following up on the meat on this playthrough? Oh, only organically. I'm not going to seek it out. Well, you guys really just can't decide in this poll. It is a dead heat of Salvager flip chips. If you haven't voted already, I'm going to put one more minute on the board. Right now, Salvage has slightly pulled out ahead of over flip chips, but like, if you have a strong preference and haven't voted, vote. Speaking of bugs, I have a feeling like I'm not actually loading files here. I was just saying it was unique that we could even load from within a game, and I think I spoke too soon. Oh, poor Eric Garrison. He thinks he's playing Ostranauts. Alright, I'm just gonna kill the game. And reboot it. Sometime it'd be like that. Game said, hold my beer and prove me wrong. Hold my os effects. Because the game plays occasionally like it has osteoporosis. Boneless! Boom! Nothing like a boneless disc. I don't know. Wish it had faster updates? Yeah, having played Project Zomboid for like 15 years, my tolerance for slow updates is like very high. I will say. All right, we are going to do some honest salvage. That is how we're going to prepay off our mortgage. And for those that don't know, like, I work on the voted priority for like about an hour or so, thereabouts, and then I will repull. The NPC probably died wrong. Maybe I froze them. Because, yeah, there's still dialogue on the ground. Reminds me of that terrible line of like, "Hey lady, you dropped your smile." But, yeah, same sort of energy there. Alright, where are we going? Let's go to this thing. So, bearing is 0-ish. Cross velocity is 0-ish. Acceleration is non-zero-ish, and we're underway. Had to do our next salvage. So, updating the priority here. Salvage to prepay mortgage. Ah, yes, mortgage. And while we're in transit, I will just auto repair. You know, fixing up doors, floors, etc. There's parts of the ship that are still in pretty rough shape. And there's parts of the ship that are, like, pristine. And trying to bring it all up to roughly the same standard is kind of nice. Times 36 max speed bonus? I don't know if it's max, but it's high. It's up there. As we're looking at the star chart right now, relative to K-Leg, is the asteroid moving left or right? Right. So, if you zoom out, K-Leg orbit... Oh my god, out. Okay, too far out. Less out. Is this. And everything is that. Essentially, sun real massive, sun force everything to spin with it. So, sun go one way, everything goes that way. That's sort of a universal truth, I think. There might be some exceptions, but basically, if you orbit something, you orbit in the way that it is spinning. Uranus, or Venus is a little, well, okay, Venus orbits the sun correctly, but it spins wrong, but whatever, I digress. I should be docking. I forgot what I was doing. And, let's get ready to not crash into this derelict. Venus and Uranus are kind of an exception. Uranus spins weird like this, and Venus spins backwards. But the spin doesn't matter. It's the orbit that matters, and, like, nothing orbits the sun wrong. Unless it gets, like... It wouldn't be in a stable orbit, I'll put it that way. Nothing stable orbits the sun wrong. Because if it was, yeah. That's a safe way to say it. Because you might orbit the sun wrong briefly, but it's going to be on some sort of, like, non-stable trajectory. Will we find a treasure boat? Doo-da, doo-da. No, I think it's little junk. Oh, no, it's missing bracket. I wonder if, this is an XKCD joke or something. Little Robbie drop tables. You know, I should check for life signs to make sure I don't get, like, shanked. I gotta be in the habit of doing that. Little Bobby tables. Oh, this is already unlocked. What am I doing? So you guys voted, I look for money. We've got a transponder here. We got some jank pumps. We got an O2 can with not a lot of gas. This does not look like a treasure vault, but it is too soon to say for sure. I'll even check the pockets of the pants. Here's a PDA. There's always an XKCD? Yeah, there really is. In the most glorious of ways. I've been a reader of that for, oh my god, so long. Ooh, it's sort of sounding stormy outside IRL. Please, overlords, let me keep my interwebs. If I disappear, I have announced why. The storm has smited my interwebs. That would just be icing on the cake after yesterday's stream where I was, it was a disconnect fest of nonsense. So let's hope that doesn't happen. You know, I really don't want this other backpack. And we did, our last repair did call for some motors, so instead of having to buy motors, I'll just grab a few. So we've got a reactor core. That's good. I mean, that's some money. We got a cutlass. Yar, be a pirate. I am happy about that, because I will be stabbing someone. We also have like a really high condition t-shirt, so I'll take it. And now, if we run into any pirates, I'll just, like, murder them with a cutlass. I'm the nutless, gutless cutlass wielder. Combat engineering. Sweet. I am getting a lot of textbooks. I'm very happy about textbooks. I really like to invest in my character, and textbooks is a great way to do it. Which is funny that I'm saying that, because my, like, psychological needs are, like, bottomed out. I'm desperate, outcast, and unnoticed. And I'm like, here, I like to invest in my character. Lies. All lies. Dropping backpack hurts your soul? I'm here to damage your soul. I also just gave the spiel, which is, I absolutely hate nested inventories. I don't have the patience to try to root through a bag and a bag and a bag, so yeah, I drop backpacks because I don't care. I don't care for that style of play. I'm leaving everything that needs to be dollied. Oh, don't pry. Well, I guess I'll just keep prying. I do have a sword now. Although I am winded. No bullets. So, fuel regulator, pellet feeder, cryo pump, reactor, and laser ray? That's like not bad pieces, I guess. Like the heat sinks too? Yeah, probably should. The thing is, like, they're kind of dime a dozen. Heat sinks and pumps and like all this stuff are kind of dime a dozen. Which is why I leave it. It's not high ticket items that like are expensive. Oh, cancel. Just hack it. You're a hacker, man. Okay, maybe you're not a hacker. Oh my god, this is taking so long! What is going on? Wow, that is the longest hack I've ever seen. It's like the game heard me and was like, oh, you're a hacker? I think not. Speaking of hacking, what are the chances to find a hacking textbook as I'm explaining how good at hacking I am? That is not a textbook you often find, too. Oh, wow. Okay, that hack was faster. Some unbloodied overalls? I'm good. So we got some broken Kangs, N2 cans, don't care about that. O2. 50%? Yeah, I guess I'll take it. I'll just dolly it back. I'll just leave it there. Broken cooler. Broken heater. Broken pumps. Broken antenna. Yeah, okay. So, let's auto-repair the things that need fixing. And it looks like I don't have carbon fiber for this repair. Oh, you know what it is? I don't, like, have space for stuff. Let me, empty some bag space. There's no one here, so I really don't need the sword or cutlass. I don't need to be holding the textbooks. I'll put the PDAs down, and then... There we go. Come on, man. Sometimes, like, your character just gets stuck. They're, like, stuck processing. Hey, stream's going pretty well. Thanks for asking, and thanks for the resub. So the laser tool needs a drill with it. The laser tool is like a welder, cutter. Let's see. Ostranauts. Tools. So, solder, structure cutter, welder, and wire cutter is what the Weber laser does. So it does not do drilling, screwing, but it does like everything else. The angle grinder does structure cutter, wire cutter, buffing. So the Weber laser doesn't do buffing. So if you want to like buff out a weapon or something, that's when you would want the angle grinder, because that's not something the Weber laser torch can do. So I don't have a full set of tools. I would need an angle grinder for things like fixing the cutlass, I believe is a buffing out task. I do find it weird that of the reactor core, like 3/4 of it is pristine, and then you have 1/4 that is just like busted to hell, and that's just been a thing, like the meta. I don't know why. It seems like a bug. It's a good bug. I mean, it's a bug. But it benefits me because that's just one less thing I have to fix. Alright, orders. Oh, I should have done this when I was standing on top of it. So that's pretty much all I want, is the reactor cores. And the cryo... Actually, I'll haul the cryo pump, but like, it's not even really worth it. Because cryo pumps are cheap. What am I doing now? Oh, there was one left. Okay, we're ready to push off. Should have taken off my helmet, but whatever. Do I still want the extra eater? You mean heater? No, my ship got up to temp. I just accidentally vacuumed it out once. As long as I don't continue to do that, it should be fine. I've had ships like twice this size off of one heater, so I don't think it was a lack of a heating problem. I think it was a lack of a logic problem of leaving the door open to space. All right. I'm not going to bother going really fast to this next, because it's only 10 kilometers away. There's no point in, like, rushing. Not everyone strips... really? We're already there? Not everyone strips ships all the way down to the power cables? Nah. Nah, I don't. I don't really feel the need to do that. I value my time more than my completionists. That makes sense. There's big treasure out there. So I don't waste time on the cheap stuff. I really only take things that will sell for like 3,000 or so, and then my standards keep going up the wealthier I become. Because time is money. Alright, it's a D00 Lunamax. Got it. Forgot to carry the 1. Well, I guess they're bad at math. Oh, before I go ashore, my t-shirt, actually is in a better condition than the, never mind. Oh, something to have you guys remind me of. Looking for compression pants. Shopping for compression pants would be really nice. I wouldn't mind having a pair of nice compression pants. Was there anyone here? No. Okay. I'm so bad at checking for life signs. Oh, here's a seat. You know, I was looking for a... Well, I guess that's a seat, not a chair. This is a passenger shuttle. A derelict, obviously. And I don't think there's going to be anything worth here. This was a, this was like a ferry ship that went out of service. It does, however, have a Hydra. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. Who puts a Hydra on a ferry ship? Like, for real. Wait, holy hell? This thing's valid? It's valid. What? Okay. Yeah, it was valid for one more day. I mean, it's my own pass is valid longer, but I was just surprised to find something valid. And also, oh, speaking of angle grinder, there's literally one right here. And it's in remarkably good condition, 93%. So I'll just yoink. Yeah, I find it funny that I found a valid license, a 72-hour license. Core liners. Usually when there's core liners, there's a core. But in this case, the core has been... Oh no, there's some core parts. There's a pellet feeder. It looks like the core went boom. Alright, grabbing some repair parts. Not a terrible ship. Not all that valuable, but I've seen worse. So I think that might be everything here. It's hard to kind of check outside in space, but looking around, yeah, they're mostly trashed. The Hydra's awesome. Everything else, blah. Pellet feeders, I mean, it's money, but it's just not a lot of money. And these core liners look like in pretty rough shape. They've seen better days, for sure. Having the angle grinder's nice. So the angle grinder is going to allow me to restore the cutlass here. So if I take a look at the angle grinder's power charge, you can see it's lowering and then the cutlass is raising. So I can have a nicer cutlass. And then you also use cloth to restore it as well. So I'll just use up all my cloth to restore this cutlass as much as I can before heading to the next ship. That way, when I slash people, they don't get tetanus and also blood loss. They only get the blood loss. So ethical. Okay, let's stop bothering. I'll find cloths, more cloths later on. In fact, I don't really want to deal with this dirty cloth. I'm just going to drop it on the ground because I'm pulling out. All right. Next. So the Hydra's really nice. I'll poll you guys about whether I'm keeping a second Hydra or not. You guys can ultimately be the decider of that. But if I sell it, that's like, what, 22,000 or so? It's not a massive amount, but it's not bad. And I'm only 43 kilometers away from next target, so I'm not going to do a full acceleration. I don't think there's a need to go like ghetto blasting into it. I'll just go 73 meters per second. Alright, am I keeping the second Hydra? Yay or nay? So, if you're wondering, the Hydras are high-end intakes. My current ship only has 2 intakes, and they're Kings, they're lower quality. And the Hydra has 4 cans worth, so like 1 Hydra is worth 4 Kings, if you will. Or like, it's even like 4.2 Kings, if you really want to get the math down. 2 Hydras is kind of overkill. Like, 2 Hydras is enough to like provide intakes for like a mega ship. So it might not make sense to like put 2 Hydras on my boat, but like if you want me to absolutely never run out of thruster fuel, I guess we can do that. I'm not against it. I think it's overkill, but sometimes overkill is the right amount of killing. Yeah. I'm not gonna crash. This ain't my first rodeo. It's my second. The thing is, as a little reminder, my character is pathologically shy. The likelihood of me making a megaship is 0, because I don't like people. So having a big ship means a big crew, and that's something... Oh god! We have a pirate! Well. Save? They have a Hydra here, too. There's a 3rd Hydra. Hello, Miss Pirate. May I introduce you to my little friend? My little friend is named Slashy. Slashy McStabface. Well, you know how I was saying that my psychological needs weren't being met? Oh, you're offering surrender? Well, I don't know, we'll see. Demanding surrender? What? You don't even know what you're trying to do. You can't be like, I give up! Die! I give up! What does that even mean? They're bleeding. They're unconscious. I knocked the suit off of them. Ha! You had a gun here? Should've used it, moron! Probably didn't have bullets. Well, Jovi Harmon, you are bleeding, blacking out, unconscious. You are worthless, oppressed, badgered, and terrified. And I am shy. Yep. You know what they say about the shy guy. Don't piss him off, right? Something like that. Other one bites the dust. And that's why I kept the cutlass. For people like you. So you killed... Oh, you know what? I don't usually do this, but I'm going to examine the dead body here. Because she is a police. And there might be a reward for a dead Leo. There's also the nav station, another Hydra. This is like a speedboat. What is this? This ship is like a very fancy drag racer or something. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so Melanie Schwartz was fatally poisoned. This did not happen by accident. Let's investigate. Decides to investigate the suspicious death. Readies a case file for collecting notes and clues. A well-documented case file could fetch a reward. I'm going to seek the victim's affiliations. And was a contractor working for the private military company AOSEC, informing either AOD Miowa Corp or AOSEC officer may earn rewards. Let's seek your contacts. Finds no signs of relatives or friends. Local authorities might know. All right, clues about the killer, which is probably Jovi here, who I just killed myself. Come on. All right. Works as a private security officer contractor. Ooh, okay. Collect more clues. Finds evidence that the killer is a Breakout fan who cheers for series riders. That's an odd thing to know. Finds evidence killer is male. Well, Jovi here is female. So interestingly, I think, right? Probably not Jovi. Because... No, were you male? No, you're female. Alright. More clues. Grew up on Venus. So this pirate was a K-Leg legal whose homeworld is not Venus. So not that person. Grew up on Encanto Station Venus. And no more clues to find. Alright, I'm going to close the current investigation instead of handing it over to the police, but I can tell the police about it. Alright, intake is mine. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow K-Leg pilots.